And we're back here. We were on this route heading to the next city. And battling some trainers, of course, because why the hell would we not? And there's no new wild encounters on this route. There's a Squirtle though, but we should just kill it. Slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. No. And that's extra. So, we're coming up to a huge section of trainers soon on the SSN. This is private conversation. Why are you doing it in the middle of the road? Like, clear a passageway. Go in the grass. You're like the people that stand in the middle of the aisle. Anyway, SSN filled with a lot of trainers. Great experience. There's a lot of them. We have a Pikachu here. It does not know. Doesn't even get Thunderbolt here. Red and Blue, it doesn't get Thunderbolt. Every other game though gets Thunderbolt at 26, which is one of the reasons you won't pick it up in Red and Blue. I mean, free Thunderbolt through level up is great. It's actually probably the one reason I'd recommend Electabuzz if you can, is because Thunder Punch exists. This is a Butterfree. This is gonna be annoying, isn't it? No, it's not gonna be annoying. There you go. No, I was tricked by damage rolls. You got a crit. Look at that special tank in Alexander. Freaking ridiculous. Level 23. I don't remember when we get Psybeam. I never really remember in Red and Blue. Because why do you need to remember? You just click one move anyway. It's the top Psychic move. It slowly becomes Psybeam and then Psychic, and then you win the game because Alakazam is a nuke. Oh yeah, Quick Attack. Good plan. But we're about to hit what is called Vermillion City. There's a couple things you can get here. Most importantly, I will be showing probably the greatest invention. Not greatest, I mean the best item in the game, and that being the bike. We saw a bike worth $1 million, which is bullshit, but we have something that is worth $1 million coming up, and so through that we can magically get a bike. You want to talk to me? No, I don't. I'm gonna guess you're very antisocial. Yep, with that hat, definitely. Spearow. I don't remember finding one of these recently, actually. Oh, he's dead now. And Eradicate. And we should be fine. But we're gonna get a bike. I think we might have enough time to catch another Pokemon that I've been planning to catch up to this point. Next team member, it depends. We're gonna go heal first. And we're gonna talk about Vermillion City. So, Vermillion City, there are a couple things important here. There is a trade. Actually, we'll talk about the thing closest to us. There is a fishing rod. This guy will give you a fishing rod, the old rod. I'm not going to get it because it wastes inventory space, which in the last episode I said there was 30 in PC. It's actually 50. Sorry about that. But there's an old rod over there. How many Pokeballs do I have? 8. That'll be fun. But and here there's a trade for, you trade a Spearow for a Farfetch, and this guy's going to talk on and on about Rapidash. So I'm going to talk about the old rod. Waste the items bought, and all you get is Magikarp, which I kind of went over Magikarp. It's a decent water type once it evolves. It's kind of like Abra in that it's useless until it evolves. But it's to level 20, and it's not, in my opinion, as good as the transition from Abra to Alakazam or Abra to Kadabra. It does get eventually powerful, but it needs quite a bit. And the trade in here is for Farfetch. We're going to walk back and I'm going to talk about Farfetch because, yeah. So, Farfetch is, you've probably heard it at this point as, if you have, as one of the worst flying types. And that's too much credit for it. It is god awful. It's really bad. Like, I think I would take a Pidgeot over Farfetch. And that's sad. Especially in this generation. And it's a normal flying type, which there are a lot of them. I can think of 3 off the top of my head in this game. Pidgeot, Fearow, Dodrio. Right? I don't think there's another one. And it's not... It gets outclassed by Pidgeot, which Pidgeot gets outclassed by Fearow, and Fearow gets outclassed by Dodrio. I mean, it's a cycle. And yeah. So, don't get a Farfetch. If you want Pidgeot, I can't stop you, but I can reach through this computer screen and hit you upside the head for getting a Farfetch. And look, we have a bike, $1 million. Look at that. We are now officially the richest kid in existence. That's not my item. We're actually just gonna do this. I don't need an antidote. Get ready to hear this music. Over and over, because guess what? I am not walking that slow. Look at this. Look at that speed. I always put it at the top of the menu. It sucks that you can't set it to select like you can in later games, but we make do. Alright, so Vermillion City, as you saw from the limited view you had of it, you can't access the gym right away. You need cut for that, and to get cut you need to go on SSN. But we have a couple things to do before we take on... Hold on. I remember there being something up here. Mash A repeatedly. Nope, it is not. I am sorry. But we have a couple things to do before we reach the SSN. We have a team member to catch. So, Diglett's Cave is right here. So we actually have quite a few encounters to talk about. Here's Route 12. This is not where I'm getting a new team member, but we have this one, Diglett's Cave. If you go through it, eventually you'll be stopped by a bunch of trees. But in here there's one encounter. You're looking at it. Actually, there's 2. But here's Diglett. A ground type. It's very fast, and I need a physical attacker before Saffron City for a reason I'll explain later. And plus, I really like Dugtrio. Okay, come on. Be a nice guy. I probably should have just... No, I think Tackle... It doesn't have a lot of HP. It is the definition of one attack and you're dead. Oh my god. Can you be a friend here? Diglett was caught. Diglett Mole. Lives about 1 yard underground where it feeds on plant root. It sometimes appears above ground. Yeah, so it evolves 26 into Dugtrio, and it becomes a very fast ground type. Decent attack, could be a little higher, and eventually it does get a little buff. in a later generation. But overall, it's just a nice, useful addition to our team. And I want to point out that we are now 3 team members, when a couple parts we were just only at 2. Hold on. I'm trying to speak and do stuff, and apparently I cannot multitask. Alright. And actually, I'm going to explore the rest of this and probably call it a video. He's talking about fly, even though we won't get it for a while. Do you have a spirit? Want to trade for this Farfetch'd? And yep, that's about it. So I'm gonna try and dig it a little bit to become battle ready, so it's not so garbage. But next time we'll be taking on this route, Route 12. I almost forgot, even though I just read it. So I know this part was kind of but I'm not gonna do much anyway. So I'll see you guys then.